Hey guys, welcome back to this video. Today I'm going to show you guys the brand new update in Berry Avenue, and I forgot to hit the mic button, so basically y'all cannot hear me, but I'm going to be voiceovering by yours truly. This is like an extra room, which is literally so pretty, that I actually love. And I'm going to show you guys the kitchen, which this was the kitchen. It was literally so pretty. This living room is also really cute and nice. And then this is the garage. It was literally so huge. I was actually so impressed. It was literally so big. I was just like, wow. So then the upstairs, I was so surprised that it had two floors, which I absolutely love. This is one of the bedrooms. I thought it was the master bedroom, to be completely honest with you guys, but this is the extra kind of bathroom. This was the kids' room. It was literally so pretty, and the turtle, and it looked like a jelly cat at first, but I literally loved the turtle. It was just so pretty and so cute. And then this was the baby room. I actually forgot to add the crib onto it, so this is what it looks like as an actual baby room. And then this is the master bedroom. This one is my favorite room because of how big it is. I was just like, wow, because you see this bed, it's literally so huge, and then it also comes with this desk. That's just so pretty, and I love how the room looks. And then this is the main the big bathroom, and it's literally so incredibly gorgeous. And then this is the other house, and I sadly had to spend around 200 Robux for this video, so yeah. But this is one of the kids' bedroom, which was so cute and so adorable. I loved the flower pillow. This is one of the bathrooms, which is also really gorgeous, which I loved. And this is the baby room, which was also really cute, which I absolutely loved. And then this is one of the desk where you can work at, and this is just where the living room is, and the kitchen. The kitchen was also really pretty, and it was kind of big actually for a one-story house. Very surprised that this house had a mudroom, but it also had a washer and dryer. This was the garage. It was pretty huge. And then next there is a master bedroom, which I was very impressed about because it's literally so big, but the house is literally so small, so I'm surprised that it had a master bedroom. But then this is the bathroom that comes along with it, and it also had a closet. Closet was actually kind of big, so I was just like, wow. And then this was the pantry, which I actually really liked. And then the outside is actually really pretty. It had a trampoline, which I was actually very surprised. I wish it had a pool, but it's kind of small, a small house, so it's okay. And I had to spend 200 Robux. I was literally so sad, but I wanted to do that for this video to show you guys around. And this house was literally so pretty, and I may use it in my couple of role plays during the summertime, but I will be spending a lot of time in Bloxburg as well. But I'll definitely be using this house during the summer times. But this house was literally so incredibly huge. I was like, wow, because do you see this house? It was just so breathtaking. I was just like, wow, it's literally so huge. I've never been in this size of a house in Berry Avenue. Maybe I have been in Bloxburg. I have built something like this, or the size of this house, but that's actually insane that Berry Avenue had this big of a house. And then this living room, don't even get me started. It was literally so pretty. And this their second living room, and I didn't even realize, but there was a desk that I didn't see, and I'll show you guys definitely. But this was the master bedroom. It's literally so big, it's actually insane. And then the bathroom is just so pretty as well. But then this was where you can do your skincare and makeup, and the closet, it was just so pretty, I keep saying. But also there was that's the front door, and then that's a table, and then this hallway has a whole different kind of rooms. So this room was the kids' bedroom, which was actually really big, and I was like, wow, because you're telling me that a kid can have a slide in their bedroom, that's actually insane. And then just this is just so pretty. And yeah, now let's move on to the next room, which the next room is very pretty. It is I think baby bedroom. Yeah, so it's the baby bedroom, and it was actually themed off of the desert vibe, which was actually so cool. I loved how the mobile, I don't know what it's called, but whatever hangs above the baby. And then this has a movie theater. This house has a movie theater. You're joking. course, I had to test the new thing out, and for some reason it wouldn't load. I don't know why, but now we have to head back down the hall because there was no other rooms, which was actually okay because there was a lot of going on down this hallway, and it's just this house is so big. This was the kitchen. It was actually so big. This kitchen was really so huge, so I definitely was circling around in it, but it had a literal deep fryer, which was actually insane. And I wanted to see if they had any more foods, which they didn't, but that's okay. And this pantry was so large. I keep saying this house is so large because it is, but this pantry is so big, which I absolutely love, and I will definitely be using this house in role plays. Maybe I may, I'm not sure, but I will have to role play by myself because I cannot have Ellie in this house because she did not buy it. So yeah, but this is the laundry room, and the other room was the bathroom. But this is a very large washer room, and I actually opened that door, but I wanted to see what's in here, which was the 2 garage doors. And you can definitely put 2 cars in there. So this was the door to the outside, and I was like, wow, it has an outdoor gym. You're literally joking. So I was actually very impressed, and I wanted to test out if the things actually worked, which they did. I was so happy that they worked because I could definitely be using these in role plays. And look how fast I'm running. That was actually insane. And we had to try the lifts, and that ball does not work or something, whatever that is. Then they had a sauna, which I said, why did I say sauna like that? Anyways, but it was actually really cool. Also had I was gonna see if that worked to make it hot in the room, but it didn't. I was a little sad about that, and I was seeing if the weights worked, which they didn't, because I was also kind of sad about that, but it was all right because yeah. But now let's actually go check out the rest of the yard, which I was very excited, and it had a literal tennis court, a literal tennis court. So I was like, wow. So we had to go play some tennis, of course, which we had no one to play with. It was kind of sad, but it's alright, guys, because we can just play by ourselves, right? But anyways, guys, it also had this little where you can sit. I can tell, without saying you're rich, I can see that you're rich because yeah, if you know, you know. He's so impressed about this, and I also wanted to try out the pool, which it was literally so cool, especially with these chairs in the water. And I tried to build a game on Roblox, and it completely failed. I don't know how people make these good games, what? So I wanted to see the floaties work, which I didn't, but I also saw these chairs, which I got very intrigued to, so I definitely wanted to try them out and see them. So yeah, and then I wanted to see if I could do some round-offs on this field because it had open kind of grass. So I was like, why don't we just try some cheerleading skills? Let's just throw them onto the ground. Let's see if we can do them, of course. So we definitely tried out some cheerleading skills. And okay, now that we're done with that, I was just gonna see if there was anything else around the house, which I saw this with a seat, and I was like, wow. So I accidentally sat down and I couldn't sit on anything else, which I got literally so frustrated about. But it was alright because at least you guys got to see what they look like, so you guys can see that I was trying really hard to sit down. But this was also the table, which I think that was a cactus blossom or something. I don't know what that point was, and the hammock was fallen. So I was like, what the heck is going on? But this chair also is so cute. I love that you can just sit outside whenever you want to. And right at the master bedroom, there's 2 doors, and you can also just relax by the pool near it. And I also saw this side house. And here's the office that I was talking about. I was like, oh, there's an office. I actually didn't see it. So yeah, guys, don't mind that. But this is what the office looked like. And of course, we had to check out this house, which I thought was so cool. But let's see inside. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know they had a second house basically next to the house. At first, I said this was really orange, and it was, but I actually started to love the orange look. And I guess when you're sitting here, you're just going to be looking at the hills or mountains, so I guess that's fine. It's kind of different, but I thought that was okay. And I also saw that it had a bathroom, which I thought was really cool and very nice. Moving on to the second bedroom, which I actually really like this one a lot more. It gave more desert vibe, than the orange room, which it also had the outside with a chair. I don't know why it said sit there, even though there's not a chair there, which I was very curious. And the door closed on my face. so I was really so mad about that. But this like bathroom is like so big, which I actually am like in love with it. I don't know why. And I maybe using this house, I don't know, maybe I'll just use that house rather than the actual main house. I don't even know. For this house, I think that's like everything to the house, but it's very big. I may use them for my summer videos. I'm not really sure. I do have a house already for summertime, but yeah, guys. I also realized that this basketball court, I saw that you can change it to like a gymnastics like hall and a cheerleading hall, so I thought that was really cool. And I was just like, wow, because I couldn't find it, so I watched Feeberry's videos, I think that's how you say her name, and I was like, oh, that makes more sense. So I tried on the gymnastics outfits, and I was just like, wow, these are literally so pretty. And I haven't seen a gymnastics like gym, and I feel like they just needed that, so I'm very happy that they added one. Okay, now that I'm done changing, now let's actually head on to the activities. These rings, I know they're not for like women's gymnastics, but I was like still kind of curious. But then I also tried this bar, which I realized that are not for like, I don't think women's gymnastics. So I actually moved on to the uneven bars. I think that's what they're called. But I wanted to try them out. So I was just like, why is it not working? So I tried it again, and this is what it looked like. I was just like, wow, I am actually so impressed. I love how like this update. I don't know why. This is one of my favorite updates like ever, because like you're telling me that there's a gymnastics gym now. Like, wow, I was really so impressed. I was just like, oh my gosh. And she sticks the landing, and we landed off the map. But anyways, I also wanted to try the beam outs, so it even had like a full routine, which I was so impressed by. And she sticks the landing once again. So next we're gonna move on to vault. So let's see if I can stick the landing here. Okay. And she sticks the landing once again. And of course, we won first place, even though it was like one against nobody. I won, which I was literally so happy about. And I wanted to see if floor worked, so I didn't, but like, it's okay. Now I wanted to see what the cheerleading hall looked like, or like the cheer stage looked like. So I wanted to try it out, so I did some like round offs and like I think back handsprings and everything, but I thought that was really cool. Okay, then I wanted to see if I can change my avatar, which I forgot that I was dancing, so I had to stop dancing, and I wanted to see all the outfits, and I realized they had a lot more than just cheerleading outfits and gymnastics outfits. They had basically a lot of more of the sports, like swimming, etc. It was just so cool, and I think even rhythmic gymnastics. So I thought that was really cool, and yeah, you guys can even see like the swimming, I think, but I'm not really sure if there is swimming, but these like leotards and everything were so pretty. Guys, I'm gonna end the video here. I love you guys so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notification bells so you don't miss any of my videos. I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.